Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 8th episode of Isekai Maou to Shoukan Shoujo no Dorei Majutsu, the uncensored version, of course. So, in the last episode, we got a bit of insight into exactly why Diablo became the hikikomori that he was, just playing video games all day. And also, Shara got taken by her evil brother Kira, and had some slime fun times with her, pretty much. And Diablo wasn't having any of this, so after he finished moping and Rem kind of pulled him out of that, he finally went down to that forest to get his second waifu back. So yeah, let's finish doing that, and hopefully Kira gets what's coming to him. 3, 2, 1, play. See how Kira's little summoning thingy, mabobber, fares against Diablo. I'm guessing not well. It looks pretty enough, but... yeah, but the world's got nothing on Diablo. Wonder how long this laughing will continue before he knows. We'll see about that, Shara. Maybe it'll take more than one hit to kill, but that's the most I could really hope for. Interesting mouths, plural. Wow, Shara does look really scared. Yes, I need some room here, guys. The mouths are definitely very interesting. But, yeah, we have an overpowered protagonist, and we're still in the first season, so he's not going to run into anything that's a real threat, so I feel like this will be a pretty easy fight. I mean, maybe not super easy or anything, but... it'll be easy enough to where the amount of worrying they're doing is not necessary. Good God, those women. And one day we'll get to meet Krebskulm, I'm sure. But that's Rem stuff, and first we gotta finish off with Shara stuff, and then we'll probably get into that. And then from there, I'll probably get more into some of the side girls, like Alicia and Edelgard, I think the one fallen girl was called. And, I don't know, maybe Sylvie. I don't know. I don't know how much of a hair member Sylvie will really be, since she's kind of in a position of authority. That's a face. Can I play with it next? Why the censor bar? I think this could be a fun boss battle. Like there'd be a fun gimmick to beating it. Wow, he doesn't even have control over it. Not surprising, really. Or at least it shouldn't have been. Great, just a unique design. Just keep running. Random elf, dude. Yeah, it'll be fun to see that be crushed in the dust. I think it's pronounced Heaven's Feel. Or it's pronounced Diablo Throws Rock. Either one's fine. Well, it should grow back its head if it's a Hydra. Yep, like that. So yeah, it might be a bit difficult to kill, but it's not gonna have any chance of killing Diablo. But definitely stronger than I expected. You might want to shut up, man, if you're even physically capable of that. Okay, that's a bit of a problem then. So it is worthy of being called some kind of legendary beast. Good thing everyone else kind of backed up. Yeah, this hardly seems fair. Well, it resembles it a lot. You're gonna get hit by that tail, dude. It's just a matter of time before you just go flying. So enjoy this while you can, I guess. I like how we just shoot sand as an attack. That's interesting. Uh, okay. That does make it more difficult, but still doable. Very common in anime for a creature with regeneration abilities to have some kind of core you have to break inside. I think it felt that. I know he did. I think we got it. It should be broken, I think. Uh, Kira, you still alive around here? Yeah. Well, we'll see you for long. So who is he anyway? I assume he's a better person than Kira, but pretty impressive. He certainly put up a fight, but the end result was to be expected. Here we go. Yes. Just ask these people that try to put a slave collar on me how that went. Severely. Explosion time? I was joking, but okay, here we go. He just had to ruin it. Uh, I have expected to get a scene like this, but I still wish it didn't happen. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Someone took care of it. I wonder who it was, though. The head actually hit the ground before the body did. Seriously, who is this? Oh. Oh, God. Somebody came prepared. Well... Yeah, that's gonna do something. That was not gonna work. I mean, he had it coming. I won't deny that. Okay, you leave the princess alone. Clearly. Good luck, is all I'll say. Can you really just do that? It apparently takes no casting time or anything. You know, and slaughtering people, you know? Yes. Do you have a second bubble for her? Did you really break it that fast? Because I saw that slight twitch he did, and I assumed it was an attack of some kind. But apparently he's more powerful than he looked. Wonder what level he is. They did say they didn't know what his level was, because he wasn't registered. I guess you should have taken that as a hint that he was pretty powerful. Oh, okay, this is pretty bad. I guess a ring won't help at all with that. Oh, is this gonna come in handy here? uh, you're supposed to say no. Come on, Diablo, you need to get out of there quickly. Okay, here we go. Uh, got any other tricks up your sleeve? Jerk. Yeah, what you gonna do now? You think your pawns behind you can do anything to me? And he's still lower level than Diablo. So Diablo is a lot of magic points spent. Yeah, he is worn down, that's the problem here. So this is gonna be a hard fight. Yeah, an amateur would never understand something as complex as strategy. What is this guy? It's not more impressive when Megumin does it, but... Uh, come on, just kick him or something. And inherently, a melee fighter would have an advantage over a spellcaster. Yeah, throw that shade, Diablo. Yes. Good way to look at it. A little bit cut up, though. Oh, here we go. Come at me again, bro. Yeah, that's a good point there as well. Diablo's used to fighting powerful opponents, you know, when leveling up. This is the first time Diablo's actually got to face a real good player, like some proper PvP, in a while. So I'm sure he's pretty excited about this somewhat. Because how disappointed Emily was in that regard. Boom. Oh, nice. He's gonna break out of there. You'd think he'd at least be slowed down a bit with the cold. Try the strategy of kicking him again. You didn't do it the last time I suggested it, but... Magic missile? So how was that? Okay. Apparently he's just full of surprises like that. Oh wow, what level is he? Yeah, no doubt. Even uh Agelgard, the fallen girl, was only level 80. Yeah, the guy's still trying. But you really should have attacked him more while he was down, if you have any magic points left. uh, Gotta keep it up. Too bad indeed. Get on my level, man. You can... Apparently didn't account for that. Glad to have you aboard, Alicia. You're proving useful after all. I am curious how he got through that high a level. Like, what kind of history does he have? Yes, know your place. In the end, the soldiers didn't do much. Well, I can, but man, that guy was tougher than I thought. Well, I made a few while staring at Shira's, so I should have some. Of course you do. Like that one elf that they've shown a lot, so it might be important later. Well, I was technically thinking about elves while I made these potions, so... You know, feel free to use them on other elves. I'm sure he will take very good care of Shira. But I can't say I'm even slightly bothered that that guy died. Well, when you make that many enemies, it's kind of to be expected that you'd have an end like this. I can only imagine what Rem did with the Shira to get her cheery. It's now Blackwood. Of course. Do you not have any magic points potions? I know you can't really buy any, but can you make any? Yeah, I guess that would kind of make things complicated. You kind of missed your chance to do that already. Sylvie, my motivation's just spiked up, I'm sure. So I came by to cheer you up. Similar. Yeah, I'll take it. Does it? Do potions taste that bad? But yeah, I'm sure Sylvie makes a great drinking partner, so let's go. Yeah, but if it helps with magic, you should do it anyway. Really? What kind of game is that? Even World of Warcraft had some kind of drunk status effect. You know, when I played that game like a decade ago. Is he already drunk? Wow, of course. I don't know why I'm even surprised. Uh, maybe now he'll be a bit more proactive with, you know, his harem members. Oh, wow. I guess that's an improvement to him. uh, I disagree. I think this is a great use of time. Oh, wow. So this is the scene from the beginning. I feel a certain thing. Yes. Yes, you can. Just watch him. Okay. There it goes. I bet it's the smoothest thing in the world. Just a little bit lower. That's what. Finish your sentences. Good God, they really are going for it. Holy shit. Uh, yeah, that. Wow. That definitely went farther than I expected. Uh, just. Yeah. I. And that face. Yeah, and they can join the fun. What's the problem? Well, I can definitely say that I feel motivated after watching that, or at least a certain part of me. Say an episode right there. Whew, yeah, I'd say it was a pretty solid episode. Yeah. I really was expecting Rem and or Cher to show up during that scene, but they didn't. So Diablo just got to have his fun, and much fun was had for everyone involved, I would say, which does include Sylvie, yes. Looking good there, of course. Sure, it's a very interesting book. Still waiting for you. At this rate, if you ever do show up, it won't be for very long. But I bet I will like you when I get to see you. You do look like you're the person that I would like. Love you too. So, Alicia, next time. Nice moves, dude. So, that was the 8th episode of Isekai Maou to Shoukan Shoujo no Dorei Majutsu. And this episode, pretty much continuing where we left off, battling the powerful, ancient, legendary, super mega beast that Kira summoned to deal with Diablo. And I will admit that creature was more powerful than I expected, or rather put up more of a fight against Diablo than I expected, and that then Diablo expected probably as well. Because it apparently has multiple elemental attacks, which of course makes it very hard to defend because most spells you would have for defending against something would be one element, not all of them, so you couldn't really defend against every element at once, so that's kind of a big problem there. And it also has a problem of being able to regenerate, which is not too surprising really, because I've experienced hydras in fiction that can regenerate heads and stuff before, so that didn't really shock me too much. And yeah, I can see why this thing would be I can see why nobody but Diablo would be able to take care of this thing. Like anyone else, aside from maybe Gulford, which we saw later in the episode, would be able to defeat this thing because he is just it's definitely at a very high level. So eventually, Diablo decided to just, electrocute or something the entire thing at once to destroy the core inside of it, which he found out because Shara told him about it, from way back in safety, just kind of yelled it across the area to him. So luckily he was able to hear that. And then Kira being more condescending, saying that he didn't know, an idiot like Shara would know something like that. So clearly looking down on his sister, like, as usual. But yeah, the point is Diablo was able to find defeat it in the end, but the downside is at this point Diablo is very low at magic points and just kind of exhausted in general, I'm sure. And then Gulford shows up. Well, first you had Kira run away because Diablo was going to spare him because of course Shara gave him that emotional thing like, no, he's my brother, I hate him, but I still don't want him to die, so please don't kill him, okay? And yeah, I was half expecting a scene like this really, but luckily in the end he died anyway because Gulford showed up. So yeah, that's cool. Stories usually do things like this because that way they don't have the blood on the main character's hands, but still they have like the evil character die, which gives the audience the satisfaction of that. So that's another thing that kind of happens a lot when you have the main character spare someone and they die anyway by someone else. That's kind of a different villain. So they usually do that for that reason. But anyway, I was not expecting Gulford to show up and personally kill Kira though. That was certainly unexpected. And he just was like cloaked with all of his army behind him, also cloaked. So, yeah, eventually we found out that he just had Diablo do this so he could open up the opportunity to just, kill all the elves, take over Greenwood, and pretty much all that good stuff, which Gulford has fully, justified to himself. Diablo and everyone else not so much convinced, so they kind of started to butt heads there. But Gulford did come prepared, so he trapped Diablo in some special prison, which apparently is just an instantaneous thing. No spell casting time or anything. No time to dodge it. It's just there. So that's kind of broken. But speaking of broken, Diablo had no problem breaking it really because the whole magic, what would you call it? Magic dissecting. I don't know, that he learned from the slave trade lady that was used to take care of the collars. But this is not as complex as the collars, so he was able to unravel this just fine and free himself. But even after he did that, he still wasn't out of the woods yet because he had to fight Gulford himself, who was a lot more powerful than some people might have expected. It was kind of foreshadowed that he was powerful because they talked about how nobody really knew his level because he wasn't like an adventurer. He wouldn't be registered at the guild or anything, so nobody knew what his level was. But I didn't expect it to be like over 120. That was definitely a bit surprising. And he put up a pretty good fight with Diablo because he had a lot of advantages in his field. Because he, for one thing, a melee fighter against a spellcaster, the melee fighter has an advantage inherently, which is why if you are a spellcaster, you kind of want a meat shield in front of you, which kind of helps you because then they can kind of at least block attacks, so you could finish your spellcast and then fire at the enemy. And luckily, hopefully, you defeat the enemy before he finishes killing your meat shield. That's kind of a really useful dynamic there. But if a one-on-one fight, it doesn't work out. That's why spellcasters are best in groups where you can have a tank and stuff. So that in that regard, he was at a disadvantage. Diablo was at a disadvantage. But in addition to that, Diablo was just in general exhausted because of how much battling he had to do up until this point. And obviously, Gulford came to this fight fully prepared to battle Diablo, so he had any preparation that he would need for it. So because of all these advantages, it ended up being a more even fight than you would expect from that level disparity. Luckily, in the end, Diablo did end up winning nonetheless because Diablo is Diablo. He's the main character, so he does have a bit of plot armor in that regard. So luckily, he was able to win in the end and just try to fully intimidate Gulford as best he can. Of course, Gulford was making threats about what he would do politically, and then you had Alicia kind of make some comments to kind of help out with that. So in the end, things pretty much worked out as well as they could have. Kira is still dead, which I know Shara's upset about, and I definitely felt sad seeing Shara crying like that, but that is kind of was kind of counterbalanced by how happy I was to see Kira dying, so it kind of leveled itself up to me feeling fairly neutral with the way Shara was, but still, I would say I do sympathize with her a little bit nonetheless, but luckily things did work out for the best there. Of course, there's plenty of dead elves now and broken forest, but for the most part, things worked out. Now, after that, all the serious plot stuff of the episode had basically been finished, and we were left off with Diablo just kind of laying in bed, very unmotivated, very low on MP, because he has a very high maximum MP, and the natural regeneration is probably pretty slow, and he can't really afford the MP potions because he would require a lot of the little ones or a small amount of very expensive ones, so, and he doesn't really have reward money because the kind of issues with the quest, really, because the guy that sent him there was the guy he ended up having to fight, so that kind of made things awkward in that regard. But luckily, Sylvia showed up with alcohol. That kind of improved the situation a lot, I would say, because this alcohol apparently has a side effect of restoring MP. I would assume not a lot, really, but it would probably be worth it nonetheless, especially if you have Sylvia as a drinking partner, and she actually seemed really happy, excited about the prospect of drinking together with Diablo. I mean, did you see that smile, like, behind the cup and stuff that she had? That was pretty great. However, Diablo is apparently very weak when it comes to, alcohol tolerance, so he was basically gone very quickly. And he did things that anime characters sometimes tend to do when they get that way. And Sylvie apparently was not ready for any of that, but if she was, it would explain why she was so excited about this in the first place. But yeah, Diablo was just all over her, clothes taken off, fingers exploring every inch of her. So yeah, it was a very enjoyable night together, I would say. But the good bits we probably didn't get to see; those were probably off camera, but we did get to see quite a bit nonetheless, all things considered. So enough to get the idea of exactly what happened there. And I think Sylvie, despite some things that she said, very much enjoyed that experience. So yeah, I wonder if Rem and Shira will walk in later on, like, just seeing them both sleeping together like that in that position. They obviously didn't get to see it in the middle or anything, but I think it would still be pretty noteworthy to see the aftermath, just, them cuddling like that. So yeah, that would be fun if we do get to see that. Either way, next episode, it seems like we're going to focus on Alicia. At least the titles kind of alluded to that, so that'll be something, I guess. She's one of my least favorite of the girls, really, so I can't say I'm super excited about the prospect of getting more onto her, but it's fine. I don't dislike her or anything. I would just prefer to get into more Rem stuff, or the Fallen Girls stuff, or just anything else, really, but I'm sure it'll be fine nonetheless, so time to wait for that. Thank you for watching, and thank you, Cnouki, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.